Bay Area Life, where lifestyle, interests, food, and entertainment all come together.
The Taylor Family Foundation is a very special organization in Livermore, enhancing the lives of children living with life-threatening and chronic illnesses. Let's check it out.
A lot can happen in 25 years, and nowhere is that more evident than right here. Welcome to Camp Arroyo. It's a special camp hosted by the Taylor Family Foundation, where children facing life-threatening or life-altering conditions can feel safe and find comfort being with others just like them. Providing a safe haven is nothing new to the Taylor Family Foundation. Since 1990, they have helped more than 45,000 children and 80,000 families. ABC7's special partnership with the Taylor Family Foundation has introduced us to some amazing and courageous people. I remember when it started back in 1990. Barry and Elaine Taylor set off on an inspiring journey to help children living with HIV and AIDS. And thanks to their dedication and special friends along the way, it grew into something so much more.
The story of the Taylor Family Foundation, let's be honest, this is one that you've made more well-known, Cheryl, and it's one of the gems in the Bay Area. It's something that we should all be proud of.
So he came in, I handed him Ricky, our little HIV baby. That is back in the day when nobody would touch a little HIV kid. And you just picked that baby up and walked around with him like a football. In that time, it was a pretty bold thing to do, and it just set so much credibility to the HIV community. So then when he got up to auction his jersey, that was the first time in '91, and I remember this clearly. Scott Swanson, whose son, Robert, had AIDS, bought that jersey for $9 grand. And like the whole place was just, you could hear a pin drop when that happened.
We were all pretty shocked at that. I thought, wow.
But you're always looking to do more.
Yeah.
And it's always more, and it's always improve it, and it's always add to the facilities. That's what makes it so unbelievable. You're not satisfied with status quo. It's always got to be more, and it's got to be better. And that's because of you.
It was never my intention to build a camp, and it was just my intention to help support the pediatric AIDS program.
I was a pediatric immunologist at UC Med Center, and we were seeing very rare immunodeficiency disorders. And as we were studying the young men with AIDS, we saw a child that looked like the child had the same immunologic profile. And it turned out to be the first blood transfusion-associated AIDS child.
There was a lot more to learn about HIV and AIDS, and Art was just that guy you could sit down and have a cup of coffee with, and he made it in layman's terms so I could understand it.
In 1991, which was the worst year from my perspective, I had 9 kids die in 1 year. That was incredibly tough. And that was around the time that I heard from Elaine Taylor. She called me out of the blue and she said, I'm willing to put money and energy and time to raise money for programs that take care of kids with HIV. What can you tell me about care in the Bay Area? Elaine said, what do you need to make the program work? And I told her what I needed. I needed solid support so I could spend my time focusing on the needs of the kids and the families. And the needs of the kids and the families were huge. You know, with children only dying and no reports of long-term survival and a lot of struggles and terrible stigma, these families were in horrible, horrible pain.
50% of all funds went to Children's Hospital Oakland for the pediatric AIDS program, and then the other 50% went to the camp programs and urgent needs and social settings, everything from Friday fun days to Christmas parties, to all the things that these children with AIDS were not getting.
It wasn't long before Elaine and Barry realized they wanted to do so much more. So, in 1997, they partnered with the East Bay Regional Park District to build Camp Arroyo, a state-of-the-art green facility. The camp opened in 2000, but by then the transmission rate of HIV from mother to child dropped dramatically. So, the Taylor Family Foundation was faced with a good problem.
And so we decided that we would help children with illnesses and disabilities that fell between the cracks, that there was no program for, and that they were not nationally funded or federally funded. And so because of that, we now have 32 programs. So there's a lot.
What were some of the surprises that came from opening this camp up to kids with all sorts of disabilities?
I think it was the adults we spoke to that would say, it's free. And I would say, yes, it's free, no charge, we'll take care of that.
Growing to 32 programs required a lot more fundraising. Friends like Steve Rivera of Diablo Magazine helped raise awareness.
Where I actually get really warm in my heart is when I think about Barry and Elaine and the journey. I know the challenges that they went through in that journey, sometimes really tough, yet here 25 years later, you know, look at what they have to show for it.
Barry Taylor passed away in 2013, but the vision of the Taylor Family Foundation lives on. Elaine wouldn't have it any other way.
Barry Taylor would be so excited to be at the 25th anniversary of this, because neither one thought it was going to be more than a 2 or 3 year, agreement that we would do a fundraiser in our backyard. So wherever he is, he's going to be probably more proud than I'm going to be, because we are at our 25th year. And this thing is still moving like a big heavy-duty locomotive.
$5,000, send a message to camp. $5,000, 503, thank you, Michael.
We should celebrate 25 years because it's 25 years of blood, sweat, and tears. You know, it really is, and I've seen you do it.